Jay here from Stretford, Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm outside Old Trafford and it's absolutely roasting. If you've got a barbecue today, you want to get it out because the weather is perfect. Loads of United stories to get through. A couple of outgoings, potential incomings, and the big meeting of Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Must as well. Sir Jim Ratcliffe meeting the Manchester United Supporters Trust. So we'll get into all that. First of all, though, make sure you are getting involved in the chat and the comments and let us know what you think about all these stories. Also, if you're not doing already, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. We're out here every day in all weathers, so give us a like. Right, let's talk about outgoings. Let's talk about Hannibal Mejbri. His loan move to Sevilla has been confirmed. There was a lot of conflicting reports about whether Manchester United would have a buyback clause, whether we could buy him back from Sevilla, because Sevilla can buy him from us, but can we buy him back from Sevilla? It seems we can. That clause has been inserted in there. Hannibal Mejbri going to Sevilla on loan to end the season. They could buy him. We could buy him back if we wanted to bring him back to Old Trafford. I mean, it's been a bit of a funny one with Hannibal Mejbri. I spoke about this quite a lot yesterday, so I won't go into it too much, but we all know his talent. He's a bit of a erratic, mercurial talent, whatever you want to call it. He's capable of getting you a world-class goal or getting himself sent off. I've seen both sides of that when I watched him for the under-23s. But there's no denying that he's an absolutely supremely gifted footballer. Now, we saw him coming into the side a couple of times as sub under Ralph Rangnick. Remember when he came on at Anfield and started kicking everyone? We all loved it. This season, came on against Brighton, got his goal, started against Burnley, did very well. But since then, I think he had a start against Newcastle, Galatasaray, got himself an early booking, didn't really happen. It's not really featured much since. You see Kobbie Mainoo sort of leapfrog him, although, to be honest, I don't think he did leapfrog him. I think he was already ahead of him in the pecking order. Kobbie Mainoo's coming into the side, Eriksen's back, Casemiro's back, Mount's going to come back, Bruno's already there, McTominay's there. It doesn't look like Hannibal Mejbri is going to get much of a look in at the minute at Old Trafford. Who knows what the future holds for him, though, and I wish him well. Being reported as well elsewhere is that Dan Gore could be going to maybe not a Championship club, maybe a League One club on loan. We'll keep you posted on that one. I think I've seen it in a few different papers. I think the Mail might have had it as well, and the Mirror. But we'll keep you posted on what's happening with Dan Gore, because, again, another very talented young midfielder. Doesn't look like he's going to get much of a chance at Manchester United. I know he's been on the bench a few times this season. This season, I'm talking about, by the way. I think in the future he may well get a chance and he may well become a regular. We'll have to wait and see. But a low move is looking like it's on the cards for him. As of yet, nothing's happened, but who knows? We saw Joe Hugill get a goal for Burton Albion last night, 3 minutes into his debut. So obviously low moves can help these young players get minutes, get a bit of confidence, get match practice, all that good stuff you want. And then eventually, hopefully, come back to Manchester United Football Club and absolutely smash it. Let's talk about Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He met with Manchester United Supporters Trust yesterday. They've been posted on their Twitter. You can go and check it out. Also, it's been covered in The Athletic and The Mail and all these other newspapers as well. Just the noises he's making are positive ones. Now listen, I'm not going to get carried away and say that I think Sir Jim Ratcliffe is the saviour of Manchester United, but so far he's saying the right things and he's doing the right things. Meeting with the fans, meeting with the fans forum, meeting with the Supporters Trust. It's something the Glazers never did. Now, it's not the answer to all your problems, meeting with fans, but it's a step in the right direction. And we've always said that the Glazers never had a dialogue with the fans, and that affected how we perceived them. Yes, there was lots of other issues with the Glazers, dividends and debt and all the rest of it, mismanagement of the football club, but one of the many issues I had anyway with the Glazers as a fan was they never spoke to us, they never had any dialogue with us. So Jim Ratcliffe looks like he's doing things differently, and he is saying the right things. He says he sees the club as a community asset. He spoke about redoing the stadium. He spoke about how basically the football is the most important thing and you need to be performing on the pitch. He's also put his money where his mouth is by investing in the club as well, something the Glazers never did. So I think he deserves a chance, and I'm going to give him a chance, but he's got to show us. It's all right saying the right things, and he's saying the right things so far. I want to see that. I want to see those actions taking place. I want to see us challenging again. I want to see us making the right signings. I want to see the stadium being fit for purpose. I want to see the training ground going from vintage, which is what it's become, back to modern, how it used to be. That's the kind of things I want to see. I want to see Manchester United challenging for the top honours, not just kicking around like, can we get top 4 this season? Oh, maybe we'll get to a final. Well, we've won a trophy. No, I want to see us winning the best trophies, Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues. Now, you might go, Jay, we're a million miles away from that right now. But if you get the right structure in place, the right owner in place, you invest the money in wisely, it can happen. Manchester City went from, mid-table in 2008 to winning the Premier League in 2012. And we're at a much better level now than they were then in 2008, if that makes any sense. So don't tell me it can't be done, because obviously it can. We just need to see it happen. There's a story that just broke. I'm going to get into it before we move on to transfers. Jose Mourinho has parted company. Jose and his coaching staff has parted company with Roma. Now, you might go, well, Jay, what's that got to do with Manchester United? Jose left years ago. Get over it. Just putting it out there. There will be rumours. This is only just broke, and I guarantee, even if it's just social media, there will be rumours, reports that maybe Jose could end up back at Old Trafford one day as Manchester United manager. Now, you might think that's absolutely crazy, and you're probably right, but we know how it works. Erik ten Hag is under pressure. Jose Mourinho, yes, his time at the club ended badly. He left under a bit of a cloud. He fell out with everyone. He certainly fell out with the owners, but there's a new regime here now. Also, as well, he is a successful manager. Even Roma, where he's just been sacked from, he won a trophy there. He won, I think it was a Europa Conference League there. He's won 3 Premier League titles. Not many managers have done that. There's only, I think, Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola and Arsene Wenger who've done that. He's also won 2 Champions Leagues at 2 different clubs. We know that Jose Mourinho has a CV that you could put up against almost anyone's in world football. We know as well that when he was at United, he won 2 trophies. He didn't win 3, like he says. I'm not counting the Charity Shield or the Community Shield, but he did win 2 trophies. He did get us a 2nd place, finishing on 81 points, and he wasn't backed after that properly. We get all that. Now, do I think he should come back? No, I don't. I think it's better if we move forward. I'd like to see Erik ten Hag given a chance, and if it's not Erik ten Hag, I'd like to see a new face come in, not an old face who we've had here before and who left under a cloud. But I'm sure you're all aware that when your manager's under pressure, when Jose's not got a job and he's there, also he has a history with United, and it's not like his entire time at United was a disaster. It ended badly, but he won some trophies and finished 2nd. So I'm just putting it out there because I guarantee you now, the news is just broke as we're recording that, it will start to gather momentum. People going, maybe he could come back to United. Let's see. Who knows? Jose's return? I doubt it. Get involved in the comments and let us know what you think. I mean, I think the last tweet I saw on the matter was saying he's already been linked with a move to Saudi Arabia, but I think Jose may well fancy his chances of going back to a top club or going to a top club. And who knows with Ineos what they're going to do? Would they look favourably at Jose Mourinho? Would you, as a fan, look favourably at Jose Mourinho? Give you my opinion. Give me yours. Incomings. United linked with some potential incomings. Mark Ogden at ESPN has been talking again about Michael Olise coming from Crystal Palace, saying that it could be a swap deal with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, which ties in with another story in the Standard, saying that Manchester United are in the market for 4 players. Not in January, but in the summer. I think Manchester United are targeting 4 players: a top-level striker, a number 8, a right-back and a centre-back. So if we're after a right-back, maybe we're willing to let Aaron Wan-Bissaka go, and maybe Michael Olise could come in. Get involved in the comments and let us know what you think about that potential swap deal. Also, in terms of a striker, could Joshua Zirkzee be the answer? Couple of rumours, reports, I think the Standard again, got this one, a couple of other papers as well, saying that Manchester United are monitoring him, are interested in the Bologna striker. I think he's got 7 goals in Serie A this season in, I think, about 12 appearances. Decent player, only young, I think he's 22, I want to say. Maybe, yeah, I think he's 22, maybe 21, double check that, but I think he's 22. He's been around a little bit for a youngster. He was at Bayern Munich, didn't quite work out there. I think he went on loan to Anderlecht, scored loads of goals. Obviously, he comes from the Dutch league. He's Dutch, where every player we're linked with, it seems to come from the Dutch league eventually, or historically, I should say. So it's no surprise that we've been linked with him. One to file under the possible category. I'm not going to get carried away and say that's going to happen anytime soon, but it does make a little bit of sense. My only worry is he didn't score a lot of goals last season. I don't think he's in a rich vein of form this season, but as everyone likes to point out, and I always say it, is he in a bit of a purple patch? Did well at Anderlecht, other clubs done okay, some of them not so great. Let's see what happens this season and maybe take stock then. Another player we've been linked with, and this stinks of Erik ten Hag, Matthijs de Ligt. He's at Bayern Munich, having a bit of a time of it with injuries. Obviously part of that successful Ajax side. He's only 24, de Ligt. I couldn't believe that when I read that. He's been around for ages. Yeah, he's only 24 years old. Isn't quite happening for him at Bayern Munich at the minute. Not just because of injuries, but also there's been times when he's been fit and he hasn't been picked. I think he's had 4 starts in the Bundesliga, so a lot of it will be due to injuries. But there is talk that maybe, I think it's the Standard again. I think the Standard all over this, and it might be the Express. Sorry, the Express. I think have had it as well, saying that Manchester United could be in for de Ligt. It's in a few papers anyway. Go and Google it, you'll see it. Makes sense. Still quite young, very, very talented. Was at Ajax. Erik ten Hag obviously knows him, and if he is available, would you complain if he came here and we need a centre-back? I certainly wouldn't. I think he's a very, very talented footballer. Just the injury thing does worry me slightly. If he's missed a big chunk of the season, is there an ongoing issue there? United needs to be wary of signing players with questionable injury records. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. Make sure if you're not doing it already, hit like, share and subscribe. My hands are absolutely freezing, even with my gloves on, so make sure you wrap up warm. I'm Jay Motty. This has been The Paper Talk. Thanks for watching.